Happy Tuesday. Time for Tippa Tuesdays. So late last month, the end of May, the CEO, the current CEO or former CEO of United Healthcare stepped down for personal reasons. I mean, a lot of things, but anyway, he stepped out of that role. Also, United Healthcare is under, according to the Wall Street Journal, is under criminal investigation for possible Medicare fraud. Again, not good. And based on those two things, their stock fell in half. So, what does this mean? United Healthcare is a huge player in the industry. Lots of people have Medicare supplements through United Healthcare. So, let me break down worst case scenario and stuff like that. So, there's no reason to panic. If you have a United Healthcare plan, they are required to pay claims. So let me backtrack just a second. Previously, Friday Healthcare filed bankruptcy 2 years ago, and they left the market. First, they told us they weren't going to offer plans, and then we found out they filed for bankruptcy. Ascension Seton left the market. They have not filed for bankruptcy or anything. They're just no longer offering healthcare plans. But in the example, worst case scenario, the example, United Healthcare declares some kind of bankruptcy. If they're fined for Medicare fraud, that wouldn't be good. They're going to owe tons of money. But if by some chance that they do file for bankruptcy, worst case is policyholders are going to be protected with claims. Yes, you still need to pay your premium because the money that comes in goes toward paying claims. And what could happen is normally, it goes into a receivership with the State Board of Insurance, and the State Board of Insurance, kind of like the FDIC, make sure claims are paid out. That's just the first thing that happens. Claims get paid out. Other things, I can tell you brokers are at the bottom end of the totem pole for owed commissions. We're not getting those, more than likely, unfortunately. But claims are going to be paid out. And then, if they decide if someone else buys them or whatever, but you're not going to immediately lose your coverage. If you were to immediately lose your coverage, then that's a special enrollment period, and you're able to hop on, whether it's a Medicare supplement or a marketplace plan or even an employer group plan. We can get you something else. So I'll be kind of watching this closely to see what transpires. They've been kind of keeping it, obviously, the Medicare fraud thing. No one wants to talk about that until that's kind of happening. But stock is reactive, so I'm not too concerned about the stock dropping. If you feel like Health Industries is a good stock, when it drops, now's your time to buy it. But I'm no financial expert. But the big thing is worrying about people's coverage, making sure they're going to be coverage, they have coverage, and their claims are going to get paid. So just keep in mind, just keep an eye out. You would get notices from United Healthcare if that happens. So if you've not received anything, everything's good right now, proceed as normal. Try not to panic. Again, I foresee lots and lots of changes in the healthcare industry due to a lot of things, between legislation, how expensive things are getting, how they charge and bill for things, how the tax credits go away, and that means insurance companies will be collecting less premiums. There's going to be tons and tons of changes, but just keep an ear out. It won't be a very big story talked about, but it was in the Wall Street Journal, CNN, and I think Bloomberg News was carrying some information about it as well. And as soon as I learn something and there's going to be some major change, I'm certainly going to let you guys know, because the sooner we know something, the better. And the better we can prepare for any changes that are coming about. Again, I don't think you're going to wake up tomorrow and not have coverage. I've not seen that happen. Um, they usually at least give a notice if that's going to happen, but I doubt very seriously, as big of a provider United Healthcare is, I would not be surprised if maybe there's going to end up being some kind of merger with another company or something to figure out, to keep the insurances in place. They may decide not to offer certain things, like maybe they won't offer marketplace coverage and only do employer and Medicare sup. Humana did that. Humana pulled out of the individual market or in the group market, and the only thing Humana you can get is if you're on Medicare, or you get dental vision, they're also their supplemental stuff. So that's possible too. If United Healthcare restructures, that they may look at what they're offering and change the offerings, which again could affect you, but there's going to be notices that go out for that. And then again, we will have time to plan and figure out what the best choices are. So until next week, peace out.